Should Trump's classified document case go to trial, do you think, before November?
I think all of the cases should be dealt with before November. We need to know what's going to happen before the presidency happens, because after that, should he become president, I don't think any of it's going to get heard.
Well, that was something. Hi again, everybody. It's 5 o'clock in New York. It seems like you have to be actively running for president against Donald Trump to be a Republican official willing to tell the truth and publicly call on upholding the rule of law as part and parcel to a fair election in the United States of America. That was Nikki Haley putting plainly and simply what 2/3 of all Americans believe today as we convene here, including 38% of all Republicans in this country. They agree that verdicts in those criminal trials against Donald Trump should be reached before voters go to the ballot box in November. It's a reality that is appearing to slip out of reach a little bit with each passing day this week. Now, the Supreme Court's ruling that it will hear Trump's presidential immunity claim almost puts a nail in the coffin of that being possible in both those federal trials. As Nikki Haley touches on there are two massive consequences of that, of the Trump trials being delayed until after the presidential election. One of them is that the voters are not going to have all the facts as a jury of Trump's peers would adjudicate them or render them before they have to cast their own ballots in November. And voters deserve to know that if one of the two choices on the president menu is a convicted felon. And second, if the trials are pushed back and Trump should prevail in the November election, they never happen. Trump would then most likely use the tools of the presidency to shut down the cases that he, on the stump, publicly smears as political prosecutions. And that means the American people would never see the evidence that would be put before the jury in those trials. They would never have an answer on whether Trump is criminally liable. So this lack of accountability we're witnessing and we now risk in the courts goes hand in hand with Donald Trump's goal for running for office again, as well as his goal in terms of what he would do once he got there with the rule of law. And that is to model his policies around what an autocrat would do. He wants an autocrat's justice system, one that enables him and does not act as a check on his power in any way, one he can weaponize to target and pursue his enemies, not just shield his friends. What we saw from the nation's highest court in the land, the Supreme Court this week, actually inches him further toward achieving the goal on both parts, shielding himself and using it as...
We hope you found the latest MSNBC clip entertaining. We're eager to share our thoughts with you and encourage you to join the discussion in the comments section. If you enjoyed this content, please show your support by liking the video. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe to our channel for more engaging clips like the one you just watched. The call for Donald Trump's trial verdicts to be delivered before Election Day is just another ploy by the mainstream media and their newfound allies like Nikki Haley to subvert the will of the people. I have a great idea for Democrats. How about you try ruining someone you think can win against Donald Trump instead of a dottering old man that does not know where he is half the time and is not really ruining the country anyways? Try doing this instead of throwing your political opponents in jail, and we may actually think you mean what you say when you claim democracy is on the ballot. You claim Donald Trump will be the end of democracy, while at the same time deploying the strategies of third world country despotic regimes and jailing your political opponents. At the same time, they claim democracy is on the ballot. In their own party, they are cancelling primaries in states like Florida, and Joe Biden is refusing to hold debates.